Hello everyone, good afternoon. Welcome to Community Distance Reiki. I hope that you are doing well today. And even if you're not, you're certainly in the right place. I'm Danielle Stimpson from Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and we are going to start things off by building a beautiful crystal grid exactly to the request of everyone in chat. So if you're new here, go ahead, click that live chat button. Feel free to introduce yourself and set any healing requests, and we'll go ahead and put some crystals in for you. At about the 1 hour mark, we will switch over to simply sending Reiki to you whenever and wherever you happen to be. So if you're watching this as a pre-recorded video, hello, I hope you're doing well. You can go ahead and skip ahead to about the 1 hour mark or where you see the lights begin to shift if you would like to. And yeah, everybody else who's been here before, thank you for coming back. It's good to see you again, and I appreciate your ongoing support. If you have the opportunity, please do go ahead and hit that like button. It really helps folks to discover me, and thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you all so much. So let's go ahead. We'll start over. We'll take a peek at the grid, and then we'll say hi to everyone here and start building. Awesome. So here we go. So as usual, we have our copper spiral. This helps to break up any blockages and get the energy flowing. Also, as a heads up, I have completed the tarot for all 12 signs. They are up. They are available for you to watch at your leisure. I suggest checking out your sun, moon, and rising sign if you know all three. And if you want to learn more about my live online Reiki certification courses, go ahead and check out the description or visit learnreikiphiladelphia.com to find out more. So let's go ahead and dive right in. And so far we were saying hello to Patty and Orky. Don't know if you're both there. Fawn, good to see you. Jennifer, great to see you. Oh, Fawn, I'm so glad yesterday's session was so good. I'm so glad you were there. Okay, cool. All right, good stuff. So the first one we have is emotional support for making financially related customer service phone calls. Absolutely. Oh, it's both of you. Well, hello, Key. I hope you're feeling better. Let's see. Let's do customer service related finance phone calls. There's a couple good ones for that. So let's see. So depending on what side of those you're on, and it is likely to be a little bit of both. First thing I want to bring in is, actually I'm going to bring in 3, come to think. So one, definitely Key can attest to being helpful. It's Aquamarine. This is wonderful for fluids in the body. Aqua, not surprising. It's also great for teeth and gums and for deflecting pettiness, as well as the already aggrieved. We like to jokingly call it the anti-Karen stone. It's also a may justice prevail. So I hope that this helps to some extent. We've got, there's Aquamarine. We also have Labradorite. This does quite a few wonderful things, but one of them is customer service and calming disputes, bringing about harmony and resolution as well. This is also great for clairvoyance. That's your spiritual sight, being able to see spiritual messages and connect with the spirit realm. It's great for research, study, and detailed attention to fine details, including finding errors in a lot of information. So this might be really helpful. So that's Labradorite. And for help with those pesky tasks that keep piling up that you feel like, I don't want to do those. They're like so many roadblocks in a row. Zoisite's really helpful. This is one that helps with releasing negativity as well. It helps us to feel more connected to nature. And it's great for kind of combating apathy or sluggishness. But most of all, it encourages you to face those like obstacles and setbacks and those things that keep piling up in the way of your success or your ultimate goal. So this is Zoisite. And for abundance, I pretty much know we always go for citrine. Citrine is bringing about financial gain as well as making good financial decisions, balancing logic with intuition. It's thought to help things like nausea, addictions, and compulsions as well. So let's go ahead and put some citrine in. Gotcha. Hey, Sabrina, welcome in. And Goddess of Four, it's good to see you. Okay, so here is some citrine. Yeah, this is citrine, great for financial abundance. And this is natural citrine, so it's more of an orangey brown. A lot of the citrine that you'll see that's like a bright yellow is actually baked. It's baked amethyst to make it look more like... Ooh, we have a cat. Come on, let's not jump on the table. Okay, good stuff. But yeah, this is but they do sometimes like literally bake it because citrine and amethyst are very closely related in nature. In fact, citrine was at one time amethyst, and through pressure and time and heat underground, it slowly turned into citrine. And kind of baking it or irradiating it is a quick way to turn it orange, but it's still not exactly the color nature would have it be. So there we go. But these are the more natural sort of brownish color. Gotcha, Steve. Absolutely. Welcome in. Chronic pain flare-up. Oh, allergies. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, lots of fertility requests today. Okay, good. I'm glad to hear Key is feeling better. Business growth, too. Business growth. Absolutely. Our favorite toxic stone. It's cinnabar. Cinnabar has long been used to attract customers to a business. And Jennifer Vatsa, who you see in the chat, she's another West Philly small business owner just like myself, and a Reiki master grad of mine. And she has a crystal website. You can find her on Etsy at Belladonna Botanicals. You can find my crystal shop at Learn Reiki Philadelphia. You're in good hands either way. We have very different selections. This is cinnabar. It is also known as mercury. Yes, it's mercury. There was a long time in history where people were like, this thing is amazing. It helps preserve, hide so we can make hats and things like that. And it does so many great things. And it was only fairly recently we learned how dangerous mercury really is. But it's still very much thought of as energetically attracting customers to a business. So those bright red pieces are mercury. If you purchase it online, it is more likely to look like this, and only those teeny little pieces are mercury, which makes it a much safer specimen. But yeah, attracts customers to a business. So I hope that helps, and all the best for you. All the best. And being less cranky, yeah, we'll definitely get some stones for that as we go through everybody's, but all the best to you. Seeing a lot of requests for fertility. So I'm going to bring in a couple stones for that. Let's see, carnelian and unakite. Unakite's good for women at every stage of life. It helps with hormones, metabolism, and with fertility, pregnancy, birth, prenatal, postnatal, onset of menses, onset of menopause. It's really just stellar. It also helps the heart and circulation, and it aids quitting smoking. So this is unakite, definitely a well-loved fertility stone. And carnelian, also known as a fertility stone. This is also a stone of relationships in general. So yes, romantic relationships, but not just romantic relationships, all relationships. So not only fertility, but sex, sexuality, sexual function, and dysfunction. This also helps cold and allergies, and I definitely saw Goddess of Four's requests about that. This helps with finding your spiritual soulmate as well, and it also helps with also helps in general with like just how you get along with other people. So this can to some extent help crankiness. But we're going to bring in carnelian. Carnelian can also aid creativity because that is part of the sacral chakra, which this is very balancing of. Your back and daughter's joints, and you got a head cold. Yeah, carnelian can be good for head colds too. I'm going to do moss agate for ankle and joints and back. Let's do some howlite and some amazonite. There we go. Moss agate helps with anything that's spreading throughout the body, whether it's an infection, whether it's a virus, whatever it might be. In Chinese medicine, they would use the term has wind, something spreading through the body quickly. This helps with that. It also is a deeply spiritual stone. It helps us with doing higher self work, inner child work, inner reflection, and just connection to spirit in general. So here we go. This is moss agate. And we're going to go ahead and bring these guys in. It's actually, Amazonite helps with the spine and spinal nerves, and it's also very calming. Additionally, this is great for the spine and spinal nerves. Regardless of the problems you might have with them, this can be really helpful. So I'll bring these in. But yeah, it's also great for encouraging self-care, especially amongst those who tend to think of others before themselves. Amazonite can make a great gift for them to remind them to take care of themselves. And howlite, which is superb for the joints, whether it's dislocations, chronic pain, peeling, whatever the case may be. It's wonderful for the joints as well as the bones. It's thought to help with diminished bone density and things like that. Calcium absorption, osteopenia, osteoporosis, which I really struggle with. So of course I take my calcium supplements and do my weight-bearing exercises and work with crystals and howlite. The cool thing about crystals and Reiki, they complement everything, but they don't have to replace anything. You keep doing all the healing things that are working for you, and this is like one more thing that you can add. This is also a great stone for anger, resentment, and frustration. It helps kind of bring things down a bit so that you can kind of think about what's going on and if there's any adjustments you can make without the intense volatility of anger. So that's howlite. Grief and loss. Let's bring in some black onyx. This can help with grounding fear and anxiety as well, but it really does help us process grief. It's very protective, which helps us feel supported as we grieve. It helps with relieving self-doubt and enhancing self-esteem so you can start to pick yourself up again too. It also helps with connection to the ancestors if that's something you're working with, and in general just all the ways that in which we process grief, which is a much longer process than we usually think it is. So that's black onyx. And new adventures and motivation. polychrome jasper. Sorry about that. And I will get to everyone's request today, I promise. Polychrome jasper helps with reigniting your soul's purpose, but also reigniting like your passion for what you're doing. This is one that can help you feel motivated, gives you a boost of confidence. And in addition to all of those ways that it like peps us up and makes us feel excited and encouraged to go along our path, it's also helpful for physical movement. It's thought to be really helpful for the joints of the lower body and for movement in general. So that's a lot of us here. So this is a great stone for both. It's also great for the what's known as the Earth Star chakra. The Earth Star chakra, and I'm going to put one here and one here. The Earth Star chakra is beneath our root, and that encompasses all the ways in which we act on our soul's purpose. So the things we do to take our soul's purpose and make them actionable and livable and walking the walk, so to say. So I hope that helps. I'm also going to bring in some picture jasper, which is becoming a much beloved stone here. This helps with envisioning future potential and like big picture thinking, especially about adventures. Very much so. It's great for big moves or big changes in life or traveling abroad and learning about new cultures and being able to immerse yourself in it. It's also wonderful for just like thinking big, really thinking big. So we'll bring that in. Such a pretty stone. Go. I hope that helps, Fawn. It's good to see you. I also did see the requests around allergies and things. Aventurine helps with both allergies as well as fertility. It also helps with expanding our sense of our own potential, where we might be limiting ourselves, just thinking something's not even within our realm of possibility. So this can kind of expand on the picture jasper too. But this also helps eye problems, like I said, allergies. It's thought to support good, healthy heart rhythms and definitely fertility. It's also great for learning things that you find intimidating. So say you're intimidated by computers. This can help you to work with that intimidation and learn. Okay, I may even put these here and here. Oh, we'll see. So that's some aventurine. Clearing blocks in your pranic flow. Absolutely. Blue Sky, Brindley, Catherine. Good to see you both. Oh no, you're on hold with the... Oh, super fun. Everybody's great fun of being on hold with the IRS. I'm sorry. Transitions, new beginnings. Ooh, I like this. Oh, you've been carrying carnelian with you today. That's perfect. Okay. And headache probably due to allergies. Gotcha. And Goddess of Four for everyone's teeth. Aventurine and Howlite are great for teeth. I'm going to bring in for pain and stuff. I'm going to bring in Lapis. This is one that helps pain and inflammation. And it's also great for moving up the career ladder as well as expanding your connection to integrity. It helps to discourage disorganization and help you get organized. It's one that can, like I said, help you move up the career ladder. And it's really great for owning the tasks and the promises you've made, like walking the walk. I also see this often aligned with the inner ear, so things like hearing loss and vertigo. So I'll bring this in. There we go. So that is lapis. So that should help with some pain, as well as celestite. I find this helpful for pain. It helps us to connect with our angels and our spirit guides, and I feel like it helps kind of lift our spirit a bit and enough where it's almost like our experience of our physical body is diminished a little because it's focusing more on our spiritual connection. So this can be really helpful for pain. But like I said, connection to your guides, your angels. Very angelic stone. There we go. This is also a good one for discerning, like, what's a thought and the result of logic and what's a fear. So if you're having a hard time telling, like, am I logically afraid of this or is this fear coming from somewhere else? Celestite can be very helpful. Hey, Vincent, lots of love to you and Cora Carr. Yeah, definitely, Catherine. Sending Jennifer lots of love and patience. Jen, you must be so sick of the hold music. That's always what gets me. Pyrite for financial abundance? Absolutely, let's do it. Okay. So pyrite, in addition to calling in some financial abundance, because fool's gold calls in the real gold, it's helpful for the lungs, the brain, the memory. It's thought to help you get the most out of a Reiki session. And it's very protective while you're being intuitive. So it helps you to open up an intuition and be protected at the same time, which is really great for people who may be just opening up to their intuitive abilities. It seems like such a mixed signal. Yes, I want to hear, but not these things. This can help hold that space for you. So this is pyrite, and it does form in these natural squares. This is how it forms in nature. These were not cut into squares. Such a fascinating stone. Okay. And assistance with communication with the divine. Petrified wood, tree agate. Absolutely. So let's see, petrified wood, tree agate, communication with the divine. We'll do some chevron amethyst, and I see you have some other ones here too, Patty. Okay, cool. So let's start with, this is petrified wood. Petrified wood was a living tree that had to die before it could be transformed over a long period of time into a stone. And that brings a lot of wisdom and encouragement for us as we transition, especially very difficult transitions. In fact, this is not only once was a tree and is now a stone. If you look carefully, you can see a little bit of glitter in the middle. Those are some new crystals starting to form. So a lot of rebirth energy there. I'll put that one here. Actually, yeah, we'll do that there. If that ends up being too, yeah, actually I'll put that here. And this is tree agate. It's you could think of it as being a little bit similar to moss agate in a sense, but this is actually sacred in Ayurveda. In Ayurveda, which is the sister science of yoga, the energy system includes lots of small channels where energy flows throughout the body. Those channels are called nadi. This will definitely help the request that was made for Steve Hutchinson for clearing blocks in your pranic flow. This is really helpful for that. It helps to move energy through all of those nadis really well. And that includes the small ones throughout the body, but also the larger ones that we think of as the Ida, the Pingala, and the Sushumna, which runs through all of the chakras. So it helps to get the energy in the body flowing better. So this is really helpful for pranic flow. And just general well-being too. So let's do that. And more for helping pranic flow too, I'm going to bring in Rhodonite with Caribbean blue calcite. This is very much in support of Patty's requests as well. This is two different types of calcite. So Rhodonite is the tan, Caribbean blue calcite, clearly the blue. The blue actually works with the soul star chakra, which is above our crown and is the energetic point on our body where we have the highest possible version of what we're able to accomplish in this moment, which is always changing as we make choices and go on about our lives. And that helps us to connect in being inspired into who to meet, where to go, all that kind of stuff. The aragonite, which is the tan, is connected to that earth star chakra we mentioned earlier with polychrome jasper. That helps us with taking all of that inspiration and acting on it and showing up in our life in a way that is meaningful in combination with our divine highest good. Because this stone works with the highest and the lowest energy centers within the body, it helps to balance everything in between. So all of the chakras, all of the kundalini, which is coiled at the base of the spine, the Ida and Pingala nadis, and all of the smaller nadis as well. So this is an excellent balancing stone. So I'll bring that in for you. I hope that that's helpful. Actually, I'm going to go. Let's do this. And we'll just see how this all flows. Okay, and I hope that that helps, Steve. It's good to have you here. Welcome. Oh my goodness, Jennifer, I'm so sorry. Oh, thank you, Catherine. Okay, yeah, watch it later. And I hope that when you do see this again in the future, thank you. Thank you for being here. Enjoy your session. Hey, Grace. Soothing transitions. Gotcha. Definitely the petrified wood helps with smoothing transitions. I will get to everyone's requests. I totally promise. Support when careers at a crossroads. Yeah. Lapis is there, but there's some other good ones. Gotcha. I'm also going to bring in that chevron amethyst. This helps us to better connect with the divine. It helps with carrying messages up to the divine. It helps with better bringing down the messages from the divine. It really aids channeling and connection with spirit. It also is thought to be really helpful for any degenerative diseases and also for tolerance of others. But any kind of spiritual work, channeling, shamanic journeying, visionary meditation, all of them can really be helped with this stone. And what makes this different from standard amethyst would be these white sort of stripes that you might be able to see. There you go. Those actually, if these specimens were larger, you would see that they go like a zigzag, and it's literally a chevron. And so it brings like the energy that of the message we have up to spirit and then returns it down with an answer and helps with that dialogue. So this can really help with connection to spirit. So I'm going to bring this in. Good stuff. For energy and for focus, we have Rutilated quartz. These beautiful rutils that you see going through clear quartz, they help to focus energy, and that helps to focus the mind. It helps to connect the mind, body, spirit. It's also great for helping us to bring about energy in the body, especially when we feel really run down. This is also thought to direct healing intentions exactly to where they're most needed. And as such, it's been used as a gift for folks that are battling cancer for decades. So I'm going to add this to our grid for energy, for focus, and also for Korakar's stepfather. So we'll put that there. And let's see. Aqua Aura and Pneumite, you got it. Aqua Aura, Pneumite. Snowflake Obsidian, Indigo Gabbro. Snowflake Obsidian is great for reflecting within and doing shadow work, and it's also superb for processing and kind of letting go of guilt that's holding us back. It can help us to work through patterns and situations that we keep kind of repeating so that we can learn from them. It's also great for body, mind, and spirit connection and balance, as well as serenity and peace. It's helpful for clairaudience as well. So anyone that tends to hear spiritual guidance, this can help to harbor a good place for that, so you can hear it more easily. Okay, so Snowflake Obsidian. Aqua Aura is helpful for depression, and this is something I struggle with too. I take medication, I do all the things I can do, and the crystals help, and this is one of them. This is thought to be very helpful for depression, and in general, a lot of us here have found it helpful. It's clearly not a natural stone. This is clear quartz that was processed using gold, actually, and it turns it this blue color. And as much as you would think, like, how does that help anything? Is that even a good thing to change the stones? I was as surprised as you are that it's helpful, but it is absolutely helpful. So I'm going to bring this in too. We've got Pneumite, which is very, very, very protective, but also great for shadow work. Now, shadow work is when we're healing those parts of ourselves that we don't usually think about. It's sort of like our deep down, our most painful stuff, kind of unpacking a lot of emotional pain and turmoil that might be showing up in our lives that otherwise, unless we're doing some really serious introspection work, we might not notice it. Now, you might be able to notice some like bright gold glints kind of popping up. This is thought to be like when you're in the darkness going through the deepest parts of your shadow, that you'll get those glints of inspiration and connection with the divine. This is only mined in Greenland and only a few months of the year because the ground is frozen the rest of the year. And it's really a superb stone. It's also like 3 to 4 billion years old. It's very old stone. So we'll bring in some Pneumite. Okay. Indigo Gabbro is helpful for shadow work as well. It helps us to see the ways in which we are kind of our own undoing. Have you ever noticed that? Like sometimes it's like, wow, I keep doing this thing and it's really getting in my own way. That's where this can be really helpful. It helps with, it also helps with menopause, period pain, and integrating any kind of spiritual connection that you have. It's also great for intuition, dreams, meditation. Like if you're looking for guidance, if you're asking spirit for help with your kind of internal work, this is a great stone to work with. So yeah, following your heart too, it encourages that, which is a good thing to have when you're at a career crossroads for sure. So that is Indigo Gabbro. Also goes by the name Mystic Merlinite. Cool. And yeah, it is a really pretty evening outside. And Grace getting, oh no, fever again. Self-love and happiness. Absolutely. So fever, pyrite's helpful. Moss agate is helpful. That's in there too, as is iolite. This is also helpful for weight loss if anyone has that goal. For sleep disturbances, definitely helps you sleep better. Definitely good for fever and money management. So making the most of the money you do have. And any kind of, it's also really good for connecting spiritually, especially with clairvoyance, so spiritual sight. So iolite and Grace, I really hope you feel better soon. So let's go ahead and place, let's actually place Numite here and here. Can you see those? Yeah, you can see those a little bit. Okay, I'll put these smaller stones in here. There we go. Okay. Self-love and happiness. Self-love Amazonite, but also fuchsite. Definitely encourages fun, self-care, and encourages play. It also aids sleep, boosts the power of other stones, and is also thought to be helpful for things like carpal tunnel syndrome. So that's fuchsite. So that's a great stone for self-care. Maybe I'll put this here. There we go. Okay, we're cooking with gas a little bit. Maybe not. Let's do this. I'm going to replace this rutilated quartz with these two rutilated quartz. Okay, which leaves more room here. I'll even put the Numite right back there. We never know what's happening. We're doing our best to organize it as we go. Smoothing transitions, definitely. The petrified wood helps. Oh, and also for blue sky, for help with career transitions. Chrysocolla helps us to follow our spiritual purpose and helps us make decisions in alignment with that too. Can also help with creative expression, especially if you're trying to find a new way to use creativity to express your emotions. So Chrysocolla, definitely great for following your spiritual purpose. We will make some room. There we go. Very different than usual, but really cool. Thank you for lighting a candle for Grace. Chris, it's great to see you. Lisa, also great to see you. Let's do some sodalite to help Jen with her communication. Sodalite is great for the throat chakra. It's great for any time that you need to communicate. It helps if anyone's ever looking for a stone for Mercury retrograde, sodalite. Sodalite, absolutely. But this one goes for expression, communication, and getting a message across. It can also help with things like telephone communications when it feels like kind of like phone tag. Yeah. It also helps by grounding impulses, and it can also relieve homesickness, which is super interesting. So I'm going to bring that in. I really hope that helps. House renovation. I'm not sure. Let me think about that. What stone would be good for the person to have the day that they deserve, whose dog keeps pooping in the front sidewalk and they just leave it there? Ugh, I know. I'm so sorry. Jen and I don't live that far away. I mean, I grew up near Newark, so my first thought is always brick. But I can't actually recommend you use it. It does work. It does discourage people from behaving poorly. They call it Brick City for a reason. But I'm not actually going to suggest that. Whenever someone's like, "Oh, how do I get people to stop being a jerk?" Brick. Or any crystal if you throw it hard enough, but no, don't assault people with crystals. That's not great. Letitia, good to see you. Although you can think about it and it might make you feel better. I mean, the cleansing power of the brick. Undefeated. I mean, there's an entire science fiction book, I forget the name of it, where aliens come and take all of planet Earth and leave behind just Newark, New Jersey. And I'm like, yeah, checks out. That's I left too. I moved to Philly because it was nicer. Yeah. Okay, so Chris, chevron amethyst we have, hematite, peridot. Okay, cool. Blue kyanite helps us with understanding our spiritual guidance, and it can also help us with having self-pride, being proud of who we fundamentally are in a very balanced, very spiritual way. You know, not all pride is a bad thing. Being proud of who you fundamentally are is not a bad thing. It's definitely not one of the deadly sins. Abundant pride in your accomplishments is different. Pride in who you are, that you're lovable. That's beautiful. Blue kyanite helps with that. Also, like I said, helps with connection and understanding spiritual messages. It's also thought to be helpful for certain neurological conditions and injuries. So we'll bring that in. Sapphire is great for channeling, connecting to our spirit guides and our angels, for being able to, in a way, translate any spiritual messages that we get for a querent, if you're someone who does that work professionally. It's also fantastic for eyes, ears, the thyroid, and supporting folks with dementia. So this is sapphire, and this is how it forms in the earth, just like this. These were not cut into this fun shape. This is what it looks like raw. Beautiful stone. Herkimer diamond helps us to be in the present moment, aids manifesting. significantly, helps to harmonize energy, balances metabolism, and aids in intuitive connection. And it's also a stone that can help you to relax too. So Herkimer diamond, it's a form of clear quartz that's found in upstate New York. Okay. Peridot helps us to break bad cycles and bad habits and things like that. It's also great for supporting those friendships with the people who help us to be our best selves and are super supportive. It also aids with anything that has to do with the digestion, whether it's acid reflux, Crohn's, anything. This can be really, really helpful. I really enjoy it too it's said to have some help for depression and weight gain that's kind of going along with that, like an unhealthy type of weight gain. So yeah, you can use it for any of those. We'll go ahead and we'll just sprinkle it. Moonstone aids with connection to the divine, connection to the divine feminine as well. Women's health, wisdom and knowledge, especially older spiritual traditions. It's helpful for intuition, protecting you during travel, especially if that's car-based, and connection to divine timing, as well as the cycles, patterns, rhythms of nature. If you do any kind of full moon, new moon, lunar kinds of energy work, moonstone is a must-have. So let's bring these in and we will place some, and it looks a lot of different ways. Moonstone and labradorite are very related. I'm going to actually put this under the aragonite there. Pardon the clackety clacking. And let me just get the last couple stones here. Oh, you got a call back. Okay, good stuff. Mom is being treated but still fighting Lyme. Sister's sight, brother's heart. Gotcha. Okay, so I have moss agate, and that's good for the Lyme and for your infection. Sister's sight, eyes and ears, but especially eyes, are aventurine and sapphire. Your brother's heart, definitely unakite. Gotcha. So we've got those. So I think we're good. Let me know if there's anything else. Let's see. Let's go ahead and see what else we can add for that. Never mind the clanging in the background, by the way. I know you can hear that. They're working in the basement on something. Be interesting to see what it is later. Let's see. And I feel like fluorite could help. Fluorite's a stone that I usually use for like chaotic energy, but it's also really relaxing. But yeah, it can help with like order and chaos. Uh, and right now the energy does feel pretty chaotic. I did the tarot for all 12 signs. It's a little chaotic out there. This can really help. This can help you to be help you to prioritize yourself in that chaos, help you to maintain order in your personal sphere. And also, this is one that's thought to bring comfort to moms and newborns as well. So it's interesting, but it can be very relaxing. This is fluorite. And then the last one I think I'm going to bring in is Rhodonite, because I think that supports a lot of the requests today. Rhodonite helps with allergies and anything autoimmune as well as the lungs, so definitely helpful for a lot of you. It's also great for love, balancing the yin and yang in the body, healing a broken heart, healing the heart after grief, and also healing from any insecurities, and on the most extreme end, healing from emotional abuse. Rhodonite is a really supportive and loving stone, especially when you've lost and you're trying to rebuild a broken heart so you can open it to love again. I even have Rhodonite as my crematory jewelry that I'm wearing right here. So yeah, so we'll bring this in. So everybody, go ahead, get comfy. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to quickly explain what Reiki is, a little of how it works, and then we're going to get into the healing. Oh, thank you. And Lisa, all the best to your family. I'm so glad they're doing fairly well, that they've seen some improvement. But yeah, definitely lots of love to you too, Grace. And apologies for that. Hang on. Thought my neighbor was coming up with his moped. I'm going to quickly explain what Reiki is and how it works for anyone who might be new. Today, because we're running a little tight on time, I have a hard stop every Friday because I teach Reiki at 5:30. So yeah, so I'll go ahead, I'll explain Reiki. While I'm doing that, if you wouldn't mind dropping into the chat and just sharing anything that you're grateful for, anything at all. And that'll help lift the energy of the session for everyone. You can also go ahead and get comfy, lay down, sit up, or, grab a glass of water or even use the loo before we get started. Thank you all so much for being here. So as I mentioned at the top of the stream, my name is Danielle Stimpson and I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia. I've been teaching Usui Reiki for over 14 years now. If you want to learn more about my live online certification courses, my one-on-one distance healing sessions and tarot readings, you can check it all out at learnreikiphiladelphia.com, which is linked in the description. And you can also click the shop page to shop my crystal collection. So thank you so much for being here. So what is Usui Reiki? Well, Reiki in general has become like a Western catch-all term for energy healing. Usui Reiki is a specific practice that was created by Mikao Usui in 1920s Japan. Given lots of factors that were going on in Japan at that time, this practice was deeply spiritual, but also completely secular. So you could bring your spiritual beliefs in and still be able to engage with the Reiki in a meaningful way. So what is energy and how do we, what does it do? How does it work? The best way to describe the concept of energy that is the foundation for Usui Reiki is to look at Shintoism, which is the indigenous spirituality of Japan, in which everything and everyone has a soul. Me, you, the animals, the plants, the earth itself, everything has a soul. And all of these souls are interconnected and interlinked. Within that interconnectedness, spirit, as you might define it, however you do, it basically supports us by adding additional forces to that interconnection. one of which is a spiritually guided soul energy. And that's actually what Reiki translates to mean in English, spiritually guided soul or life energy. So this is thought to be an energy that is already running through you, through me, through everyone and everything all the time. Your body, mind, and spirit are working with it all the time, even if we're not consciously aware of it, much like we're not consciously aware of all the things the water we drink does in our body, yet we're mostly made of water. The energy flows through us, our body, mind, and spirit do what is best for us. And essentially what I'll be doing today is connecting to that energy and directing more of it to all of you, wherever you happen to be and whenever you happen to be finding this video, to support your greatest healing. That's addressing your requests, and it's also supporting your body, mind, and spirit to do what they automatically do so well. Hang on. Sorry, wanted to drown out the last of that motorcycle for you. Not very zen. But as the energy is, basically I'm connecting to it and directing. I'm connecting to this energy and directing more of it to you, where your body, mind, and spirit are able to utilize that to your greatest benefit. During the session, you may feel some physical sensations. You may have some emotions rise up or be released. Mentally, you may be able to process or parse some things out or even hear your subconscious. And on the spiritual level, you may get some clarity, some breakthrough, some intuitions. You may even just have a really awesome nap, and isn't that great? It'll probably be some combination thereof that is best supportive of you. What do you need to do to receive it? Not a darn thing. Just be open to it. I usually suggest that you find a comfy spot to sit or lay down, but you don't even have to be still. You can move around, stretch, bend, do some stretches, journal, whatever you find to be healing for you. And you don't have to keep your mind silent. You don't have to focus on anything. Just be, and it will support you in the best way it can. During the session, I'll be silent and I'll turn the music up. If you want to learn more about our musical creator, she's linked at the bottom of our description. Her channel is lovely. And I will turn the lights down. You'll notice that they move slowly and gently from one color to the next. At no point will they flash or strobe. And at the end of the 25-minute session, you'll hear my voice come in. I'll encourage you to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly come back to the space that you're in. I'll reopen the chat and I'll be more than happy to answer any of the questions that you have or hear any of your experiences. So thank you so much for being here. If you haven't already hit the like button, please consider doing so. It really helps the channel. And thank you so much for being here. Just being a part of the stream tremendously helps the channel, and I absolutely love doing this. So thank you again so much for being here, and let's go ahead into the grid. Ooh, pretty. Oh, wow, that came out really nice. Oh, I love it. Natalie, I hope you're doing well. And yeah, Patty, if you missed my answer to the stone that would be good for a person to have the day that they deserve, I suggested brick. It works. But okay, so everybody go ahead, get comfy. I'm going to start sending. You have 25 minutes of beautiful Reiki energy coming to support you. Enjoy your session, and I'll see you in 25 minutes. I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly come back to the space that you're in. Check in with your body. See if you need to move your fingers and toes or stretch. If you have any questions or anything to share, I invite you to use the chat. And Hattie has started purring towards the microphone. Thank you all so much for being here. It's an honor and a pleasure. Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you, Natalie. Oh, Heart, good to see you. Oh, Patty, I appreciate you too. You're welcome, Lisa. Yes, definitely hit the like button if you don't mind. If not for me, do it for the kitties. Yeah, oh, they'll go kitty. Hattie is having a good day. She had extra playtime today already. You did. You had extra playtime. Yeah. Gertie is somewhere under the bed and Hattie's right here. Thank you all so much, everyone. Definitely hit that like button on the way out. I will be back on Friday at 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. East Coast U.S. time, and Sunday 8 p.m. East Coast U.S. time. The Tarot for All 12 Signs is up and available. All of them are available right now. And thank you all so much for being here. That horn agrees. This is pretty much how we do. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get ready to bring the stream to a close so I can go teach my Reiki class. I'm so grateful for all of you being here. Dizziness, lapis can help. Yeah, lapis can help with lack of coordination and stuff. Also leopard skin jasper. Sorry you're feeling dizzy. Oh, thank you, Heart. I'm so glad it was helpful. I've never met cats that like sitting in a rocking chair so much. You're welcome. Feel better, Chris, and lots of love to you. That's a good idea, using black tourmaline. Shungite might work too. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to head out from here. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate all of you. Take care of yourselves. I hope to see you all again soon, and bye for now.